You may not follow caste system by mouth, but in the heart of heart, you are all castes. What I say and I follow the same. They are still laboring as the slaves only. This is what makes me very sad. When does slavery will end? Whoever is laboring, whoever is suffering, we must see our own parents, our own brothers, our own sisters. How they can be liberated, I keep on thinking.
कि जिस समाज की गैर राजनीतिक जड़ें मजबूत नहीं होती हैं, उस समाज की राजनीति कामयाब नहीं हो सकती है। और जब मैं जड़ें देखने लगा तो मुझे जड़ें ही नज़र नहीं आई। तो मुझे लगा ये तो समाज ही रूटलेस है। पहले तो जड़ें बनानी होंगी, फिर इसको मजबूत करना होगा और फिर उस मजबूती का सहारा लेकर तब हमें राजनीति के बारे में सोचना चाहिए, आगे बढ़ना चाहिए। तो इसलिए मेरा ज़िंदगी का बहुत सा समय समाज की गैर राजनीतिक जड़ों को मजबूत करने में लगा।
My dear brothers and sisters, Jai Bhim to you all. In this present series, the messages of political Buddha, Manyawar Kanshiram Sahib, I want to share some of the experiences I had with him and the messages he has given to me personally. These details, I'm very sure you cannot find in any book or any report, or not even in other print media, electronic media. Whatever that he told me, I heard it and understood it. That I want to share with you. And today, I want to share a very important thing which relates to his childhood days. Once I asked Sahib, you belong to Sikh community, and normally the Sikh people carry the turban and also the surname Singh, but you are not carrying both. What is the reason? He smiled for a while and he said, so that's a very interesting story. See, as a boy, I used to have that turban and also the tuft. I was also carrying the name Singh. When I was 10 or 12 years old, once I asked my father, see, I was a very keen observer. I observed one thing. See, people used to call my father by name. They never called him Sardarji. But I have also seen other Sikh people were called as a Sardarjis. Seeing these, I asked my father, Daddy, why you are not addressed as a Sardarji? Not only other people, even our own people from the same community, they are not addressing you as Sardarji or Sardar. What is the reason? His father immediately became very serious, very gloomy, and also sad. He said, yeah, my son, we belong to Sikh community, and Sikh community, Sikh religion, it preaches equality. But what to do? Our people, they don't follow that. Since we belong to lower caste, Ramdasyas, they don't want to address as a Sardarji. And they are also Sikh community people. They follow our religion, but they are not practicing it. What can we do? I can't fight with them. We don't want to enter into any conflict with them because they are not innocents or ignorants. What is the use of fighting with them? Whatever they do, they will suffer. Let us not worry about it. We just forget it. He wanted me to forget it, but I could not forget it. After 1 or 2 years, when I had been to my grandmother's house, I just shaved off my tuft and had the craft. After shaving my head, after my vacation in the grandmother's house, I came back. My father was shocked to see me without the turban and without the tuft. He asked me, what happened to you? Why did you do that? Then he said, Daddy, All these marks like tuft and also the kangan, all these things are the symbols of identity. Our gurus wanted us to have an identity with pride and dignity. When that is not accorded to us, when people don't consider all these things, why should I carry it? Forget about others, even our own people, Sikh community people. When they don't follow all these things, why should I adhere to that? Why should I follow that? Why should I respect it? So I don't want to follow it anymore. I don't want to have that turban. You may have it, but I don't like to have it. Since then, I'm not wearing turban, and I started shaving my head, having graph. My father still have that name Singh, and he's also having the turban. My brothers also have the turbans, but I don't have. Similarly, the surname Singh, that also I just over a period of time I just dropped it. At that time I did not know anything about Babasaheb Ambedkar, but today, having read Babasaheb Ambedkar, I feel very happy because I did the right thing. Though I did not know about Babasaheb Ambedkar then, now I feel that I was very much on the lines of Babasaheb's thoughts. Singh, it indicates a caste. Say, I have many friends, they are socialists, communists, Gandhians, and so many things. They all say that they don't believe in caste, they don't follow caste rules, but they carry their caste names like Gowda, Reddy, Dikshit, Varma, Sharma, so many names. They claim that they are casteless people. So I used to chide them. I used to make fun of them. You say that you don't believe in caste, then why do you carry caste name? You may not follow caste system by mouth, but in the heart of heart, you are all castes. You are hypocrites. So this is what I say always. So in that way, I am very happy. I don't carry the name Singh or Ramdasya. I don't have any caste. I don't believe in caste. What I say and I follow the same. This is the first incident. And it was very interesting event. And secondly, Saab never used to discuss about his parents. You don't see any details about his parents. And he never gave any details about that. But once it so happened, we were in Belgaum district of Karnataka. After the program, we went to the IB. I used to accompany Saab whenever he came to Karnataka. Not only Karnataka, anywhere in the South India, I used to accompany him. And he himself used to call me. So likewise, in Belgaum, I just stayed with him. After the program, we just reached the IB. Just entering the IB itself, he became very silent. And the IB government guest house, it was very nice and very calm. He became very silent. And he was looking here and there. And he became very moody also. I observed the expression in his face and asked him, "Sir, what happened? You are trying to hear something and looking somewhere, something else, searching for something." Then he said, "Yeah. I feel that my father is sitting somewhere here only." It was a really shocking, very surprised thing for me. Then I asked, "Sab, it's Belgaum. You said your father died long back." "Yeah, I know that very well. But somehow I get the picture. My father sitting outside the IB and sweating. All these pictures. Acha, let me have something to eat." Then we arranged the dinner. We had dinner. And after taking dinner, while he was taking rest, he wanted to go to the bed, but he did not go to the bedroom. He asked me to come and sit before him. On the floor, he was sitting on the sofa. Then he started telling, "See, my father was a very lovely man. He was a very accommodative man, very affectionate man. He used to be a very simple man. I had great love and affection for my father. I also respect for him. See, once it so happened that the British officers used to come to visit the villages, and they used to stay in these traveler bungalows or circuit houses. At that time, my father used to work there. He was called to serve them. He was not an educated man; he was an uneducated man. So he was called to serve them. I did not know what kind of job he was doing. But one day, my mother asked me to give the lunch box to my daddy. So I had gone to the guest house to hand over the lunch box to my father. At that time, I saw my father was sitting outside the bungalow, outside the room, and the officers were sleeping inside in the room. My father was sitting outside. During those days, there were no the fans, ceiling fans were not there. But from the roof, a big mat used to be hung there, and that at the end of the mat, a rope was tied, and the rope was hung outside the room through a hole, and the rope was at the end other side. My father carrying it, he was holding it, and he was pulling it. While he was pulling outside, the sound, the mat used to swing from one end to the other end, producing the air, cool breeze. I saw this. I never knew that my father was doing this job. I saw him and asked him, Daddy, you are keeping your officer in a cool breeze. Fine. But you are sweating outside in the burning heat. Why don't you carry one fan and produce air and keep yourself cool and work comfortably? Then immediately his father said, No, my son, we are not supposed to seek any kind of luxury. We are workers. We have to work like this only. If my officer sees, then I'll be in trouble. He will think that I am seeking some kind of comfort, luxury. So he may get angry and I may lose my job. I can't do that. Anyway, you don't do this job. You study well and you should become an officer sleeping inside. Like that, you should become an officer. You should not become like me. Now, please go to school. So, this picture has remained very firmly in my mind. In fact, this is the event that made me to study well also. So, whenever I come to these kinds of guest houses, government guest houses, immediately, without my knowledge, I just start getting his picture, sitting outside the room and sweating and working. So this makes me very sad. It was not peculiar only on those days. It was not a special thing, and I don't think that my people are free from laboring. Even today, many of our people still they are working in a boiling heat, whether it's raining or shining. They keep working. They are still laboring as slaves only. So whenever I see such people, immediately I remember my father. I remember my father. Same face, same personality. And I become silent. I become very much upset. This is what makes me very sad. When does this will end? This slavery will end. When do our people liberated? When they can be liberated? How they can be liberated? I keep on thinking. So what we have to learn from here is personal experience which he had with his father. He is seeing that same problem everywhere, and he is socializing that personal experience and seeing it as if it's his own pain. And this is what is required for a great leader to emerge. I feel since Saab is having that kind of sensibility, he has become such a great leader. This is one lesson I never forget from Saab. I think this is also very useful to every one of us. Every one of us should feel that whoever is laboring, whoever is suffering, we must see our own parents, our own brothers, our own sisters. This is the lesson Saab taught me. I'm very grateful to him. I hope you also feel very much grateful to the great leader, Manyawar Kanshiram. Jai Bhim, Jai Bharat.